Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides. And to do this, I will be pulling out three cards from this deck. If you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box, which will take you straight to the part of the introduction where we shuffle your zodiac signs and find out in which of the piles they fall under. And if you prefer for spirit to pick your pile, this is also an option, and you will find the timestamp for that down in the description box. Okay, otherwise, let's check out our cards. So for pile number 1, you've got the snake and fern. For pile number 2, you've got the skunk and magnolia. And for pile number 3, you've got the fox and ivy. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, then let me add these for you right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you've got the Dalmatian Jasper point. For pile number 2, you've got the zebra Jasper. And for pile number 3, you've got the carnelian. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It could be a huge sign for you to check that pile, leading you to an important message that you are meant to hear from your spirit guides. So trust it and let it lead the way. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your timestamps, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in a moment, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you are interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you. And what I like to do is shuffle your signs well, and then I'll be drawing out 4 signs for each pile, given that we have 3 piles in today's reading. Okay, I think we are pretty much ready. Let's get straight into it. Pile number 1. These will be the signs. Pile number 2. These will be the signs. And pile number 3. These will be the signs. Okay, so let's see what we have. Pile number 1, the signs are Libra, Virgo, Leo, as well as Cancer. The signs for pile number 2 are Taurus, Aries, Gemini, as well as Sagittarius. Signs for pile number 3 are Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, as well as Capricorn. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your pile or piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile or piles using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that, of course. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that the next section is about spirit picking your pile for you. If this is something that you're interested in trying in today's reading, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. But if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, welcome. This section of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And as you may know, I assign a different tarot card to each pile based on the numerology of the cards and shuffle them around. Oops, I forgot to tell you guys. So the Magician will be presenting pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, and the Empress pile number 3. And what I like to do is shuffle them around until one of them draws my attention. And the way this works, if you're wondering what draws my attention, is that I don't pass a card or pick up, like I mess it up. I miss taking a card or passing a card to the other side. There we go. So your chosen pile, my dear soul family, for today's reading is pile number 2. And it even fell on pile number 2. Okay, let's fix things just a little bit again. And my dear soul family, these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. I truly hope you found them enjoyable and that they brought you the clarity that you need to find your pile. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your timestamps and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides. And the way I'm planning to do today's reading is that I will be expanding on each oracle card that you get, treating them as the main message that you are getting. Perhaps the 4 cards will connect. Maybe some of them will connect. We'll find out, or maybe they're just 4 separate important messages that you are meant to hear. So that is the plan. Welcome to your reading. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of the decks that I'm using, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Dalmatian Jasper point. Your significator card is the snake and fern with the keyword starting over. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Virgo, Leo, as well as Cancer. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, let's get straight into it and take a look at your important message, which will be divided into 4 parts. Most likely, they're all going to say give you a complete message, but I'm not assuming anything. We'll see exactly what you're meant to hear. So the first card is main male. Okay, let's place it here and let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Ace of Voices, that's the Ace of Swords. Another ace, wow, Ace of Pentacles. You've got the 9 of Inspiration, that is the 9 of Wands. I have a feeling we need one more card, just a feeling, so I'm going to follow my intuition and perhaps just place this card here. So you've got the 10 of Wands. Oh, we've got an extra card here. We'll use it for one of the others. Right, so what are we seeing? Look, it's no coincidence that you've got 2 aces and your significator card says starting over. The snake sheds skin. It's the symbolism of renewal. So there's something renewing here. In fact, with the 10 of Wands, that's the end of heaviness, the beginning of something lighter. It's the pinnacle. Anything from that point starts becoming lighter. No more heaviness. In a particular area with the 9 of Wands where you've really been pushing through. You have felt like you were carrying a heavy load, obviously. You felt like, you know, the Nine of Wands represents the wounded warrior that still keeps standing and standing with strength and confidence. So this is kind of the energy that I'm picking up. Your first important message has to do with something that has been laying heavy on you, perhaps a strong responsibility. You've carried it with a lot of confidence, dignity, strength, and made sure that you push it through all the way to the finish line. And it looks like your spirit guides are saying, congratulations, you've done such great work, although it was so heavy on you. I'll try to get more information on what this is. But I feel with the masculine energy here, with the main male, masculine energy, energetically, is the energy of discipline, doing what needs to get done, putting force, putting strength, which is what I'm seeing in the Nine of Wands. So I really feel that is what the main male card is representing in this part of your reading. They are letting you know that there is a great energy of renewal in that area of your life. So I believe this card is going to give us clues on what this area in your life is. Wow, the Empress. So Empress, for some of you, it has to do with your health, how you look. It has to do with you getting wealth and abundance. Maybe you've been working so hard trying to get some wealth and abundance. So health, how you look, abundance, a creation with the Empress, something that you've been working hard towards. That's one of the clues. If we look at the cards, you can see that the Empress is finally taking the veil off and is starting to breathe and smell the fresh air. I feel like you've been working so hard trying to create something, or trying to work on growing something, trying to work on, like I said, health. You've been trying to make something healthy. You've been trying to make something work for you. You've been nurturing something, caring a lot about something. Although it was really heavy, you really cared about it. And I feel like you're towards the end, whether you realize it or not, because of the clothes that are drying in the air outside, which is healthy. I feel like you've gone through the whole laundry process, you know. You had some laundry, metaphorically speaking, and you are like, oh, I gotta wash the laundry. So you go through the whole process of taking care of your laundry, washing it, and now it's drying. It's only a little bit left. Maybe there's only a few steps left of folding them and putting them in your closet. All I'm trying to say here is that I am seeing in your reading that there is only a little bit left. Your spirit guides are like, you've been doing a fantastic job nurturing that which you really care about with the Empress. This is a major deal. We're talking about something major in your life with the Empress. It's a major arcana. We're not talking about something small. And even if it looks small for others, to you it's a major deal. It's one of the things you've been putting a lot of nurture into lately. It was hard, it was heavy, and I almost feel like you're reversing something with starting over. You're either getting a new page at it, if you've lost it, or you're reversing something. Maybe you had loans and you're reversing these loans and you're finally starting fresh, no more loans. Maybe it's your health. You had some things that you were complaining about. Now you're starting fresh again. You're healthy. Maybe you were building something, creating something with the Empress, and now you're at the zero level. You know, when you start a project, there are so many things that you got to take care of before it even begins. So maybe that's it. But as much as I can, I've been trying to give you the clues to what your spirit guides have been referring to. And they are saying, congratulations. If you've been looking for a sign to let you know that the hard part is over and is starting to happen, starting to work for you, this is your sign. This is your important message to first let you know that you've done a fantastic job of staying strong and doing it so gracefully, powerfully, with a lot of, I'm seeing beauty and elegance here. You've been doing such a great job. It may look even attractive on the outside the way you've been doing it. You know what this reminds me of? Like, you make something look good. Like, if everyone doesn't want to do a particular task, the way you do it makes everyone wants to, for that's just an example, want to do this task. Or if you have been eating healthy, then the way you've been preparing your meals, or the way you have been finding delicious food, or the way you've been existing even makes it attractive for others. That's just an intuitive idea that I'm picking up with the way this woman here in this card is carrying herself gracefully and in an attractive way. So yeah, and the Empress as well. Maybe that resonates with someone here listening. I just like to give you all of the things that I'm noticing. In any case, I see you blossoming. I see that whatever it is that you've been working so hard on is blossoming. That is the beginning. You're starting over, or at least you are getting a chance at it. And that's one of the most important messages that your spirit guides want to deliver to you today. Congratulations on the beginning. At least the hard part is over. And the heaviness, I heard gunky. I don't know why. Just gonna say what I'm hearing. I've learned to do that with you guys. You always told me, oh, that made a lot of sense to me. So I heard gunky. Maybe the gunky part, whatever that was, is over. And now it is time for you to start enjoying it. Maybe there's a little bit left to go, but it's nothing as hard as it used to be. Interesting. I just saw 2 dots on the map. What country is this? North America and this South America? I think it is. And there are 2 dots here. So what are these? Dot in Mexico, and that looks like New York maybe, or is this towards Canada? I don't know what this is trying to say. Yeah, I think this is actually towards Canada, Ontario. Ontario and Mexico. Maybe that resonates with someone. Anyways, I'm not getting anything yet out of it, but it's there. Okay, so let's take a look at the second part of your reading. Could be connected and it could become one big message, or it could be separate and it's still an important message that your spirit guides want to deliver to you. You've got the story of the turtle's wisdom. And this is what your card looks like. You can see the turtle swimming, and there's this island on top of the turtle. We'll read it in a moment, the story, like a small snippet of it. It says harmony, cooperation, as well as unity. Let's take a look at your tarot cards pertaining to this part of the reading. You've got the Moon card, the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, nice. Always nice to get the 9 of Pentacles, must say. The Moon card is a pink moon. Hey, isn't it the time of the pink moon these days? I could be absolutely wrong. Let me check. I think the pink moon is in the fall, but let me check. Okay, so I'm completely wrong. The pink moon was in April the 12th, but I know that today is the new moon in Taurus, if you're watching this right now. So there's something about beginning and end. There's something like that. Something ending, something beginning. That's definitely something we can pick up. Look at the full moon there, representing something that I think your spirit guides are talking about, something that happened in April, perhaps, if you're watching this later, something that happened last month. You've got, whoa, are you kidding me? The 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Both of these, if you don't know, are cards. What they have in common is wish fulfillment, a wish coming true. In fact, you've got the genie lamp right there. So that's really interesting. You also have a card here with the Lovers. Let's keep it here, and then when we're done reading it, we can always place it right there. So what is going on here? Something about something that completed last month and it shall begin now or today, since you're watching this reading today, and the new moon, at least for me, is today. So something completed last month, which makes something begin now. That's the first message I'm getting. But the right thing to do is to take a look at this story and see what it's saying. So we've got Turtle's Wisdom, which is a story from Singapore. I just saw it, right? Singapore, page 35. Let's see what this story is about. So, like we said, the keywords are harmony, cooperation, as well as unity. And the story is, two fishermen were forced to share a sampan at sea. And their hostility towards each other distracted them from noticing an impending storm. The fishermen had to set aside their grievances to save each other from drowning. This act of unity was noticed by a colossal turtle deep beneath the ocean. It ultimately decided to save them and in turn became the legendary Kusu Island. This act of unity was noticed by colossal... Sorry, I just went off a little bit here because I had a dream last night about feeling really bad in the dream towards someone who I wasn't talking to, someone that another one friend in my life who I set some boundaries towards and stopped talking to. And I had this weird dream last night, and I think this is connecting to your message somehow, that I saw something bad happen to her, and in the dream I was so distressed. I was trying to figure out how to save her from the terrible situation that she was in. And I think the dream was so intense that I actually woke up and I still felt so bad, although I knew it was just a dream, that I actually cried. I was like, I had to like release it. And I was like, oh, that's so bad. What could I have done to save her? And then when I was thinking out loud about the situation, I was like, what could I have done to save her? I should have done this. I should have done that. And then I noticed that this dream was actually communicating something to me, had nothing to do with this girl or the dream itself. Because of the things I said, I wanted to save, I wanted to do this. It reminded me of something. It made me just click in my mind something that I wanted to heal within. And I was like, oh my God, this just made sense to me, what I wanted to heal for the first time. And I felt from this dream yesterday that I'm able to at least understand exactly what I'm working on in order to heal it more. So I still don't know how this is gonna resonate with you, but I feel like reading this, putting things aside and focusing, was kind of something that I totally was in yesterday in my dream, of putting everything aside. Didn't matter anymore. I just wanted to save her. So here we're seeing two fishermen who first were so distracted because they were in hostility towards each other, but now they actually worked together. This act of unity was noticed by a colossal turtle deep beneath the ocean. It ultimately decided to save them and in turn became the legendary Kusu Island. And you can see the island right there. And in turn, it became the legendary Kusu Island. All right, this card reminds us of the importance of harmony, especially when faced with those we have conflicts or disagreements with. When we allow ourselves to get distracted by anger and hatred, it could lead us to a murky end. There is salvation to be found through cooperation and kindness in overcoming life's storms. And when faced with challenges, remember that both can bring forth legendary transformations, guiding you through the storm towards calmer shores. Very interesting. And you've got the Lover's card, which is a card of choice. the moon could be dealing with your deep emotions. Perhaps here your guides are talking about deep emotions that you haven't processed or dealt with, and they're talking about a choice here that they're guiding you to make because of the island and the 2 9s here. There is something about choosing to process emotions, maybe choosing to think of things in a different way with the moon card or deal with your emotions in a different way will for sure lead with the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups to wish fulfillment. I'm going to help you with that because that does seem a bit vague so far. And I will try to help you out with what choice they want you to make and what kind of wish is coming true. I'm feeling, given my dream and given your cards and given your story, there's something in common with the 3. And it has to do with not waiting for the other person or the situation that you're in, depending on what this is, person or situation, to be better in order for you to feel better. There's something about dealing with your emotions internally, and thus that on the outside changes the situation. And so this is talking about don't wait for the situation on the outside to change so that your emotions change. There's something about focus on what's important, because if you don't focus on what's important, which is on the inside, you won't be able to deal with what really matters, what is coming in. And with the storm, you know how it's either going to take you in a favorable direction, and if you're not paying attention like they were, it could knock you over. So this is why it's so important for your spirit guides to let you know that this is the time to stop wishing for the outside to change. That doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you. In fact, this is the outcome that is going to happen for you if you decide to do that. But don't wait for the outside to come and make you feel better, because that will not help you in the storm that's coming, which can either push you very quickly towards what you want, or if you're not careful, knock you over. And so don't wait for the situation. Don't wait for the other person to be better. That doesn't mean you shouldn't set your boundaries at all. This is why this is a reading with the moon card about your internal world and nothing about the external world. So it talks about a choice that you're guided to make, to choose the inside. How are you guided to choose the inside? Seeing that the 9 of Cups is right next to it, I'm getting something about choosing internal happiness. I know, easier said than done. And I personally don't like it, unless this is what your guidance is, and I won't interfere. But I don't like it when we're not given guidance. That's why I'm always adamant about pulling cards for guidance. So your initial message is focus on internal happiness and fulfillment. First, it doesn't matter what's on the outside. What matters is how you feel despite of the outside. So there's a choice to be made here, which leads to this internal happiness. What is this choice? My dear pile number 1. 7 of Swords. High Priestess. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man and the High Priestess are so clear. In fact, here we're taking a look at your shadow, like literally with the 7 of Swords. Your shadow. That's the tricky part. That is, there's a split in you, right? Shadow is a split in you that needs to be brought back into harmony, that needs to be brought back, integrated. A shadow that is dying to be seen and recognized. and thus. That's all it takes. Observing this shadow. And so it's not really about this particular person or this particular situation. It's about how intensely maybe you feel about it. And that's the tricky part with the Seven of Swords. I think you would totally agree with me and see, unless you're seeing something else, and all I want is for you to find your truth, is that the High Priestess is all about the internal world again, the wisdom, in finding the wisdom within, and seeing the Hangman. The Hangman is all about being in an uncomfortable situation, choosing discomfort. And so that's tricky with the Seven of Swords, right? And so there's something about internal, going inside, sitting with the Hanged Man and looking at your shadow, that is the doorway to healing this particular situation. And so there's kind of like stop. Do you see the High Priestess is saying stop? And the moon here. And it's a new moon, by the way. So that's today. There maybe something happened in April. You want to look back and think about what happened in April, maybe? I'm not sure. But there's something about stop reacting to the situation, which is what these two were doing in the story, reacting to each other and not looking at the storm. So there's something about stop looking on the outside today, maybe the new moon today. Choose today to sit uncomfortably with these emotions, because by looking at them, by simply observing them, you are giving them the recognition that they need to integrate. This particular shadow, that's what it needs. I'm getting a crazy idea, and this crazy idea may just be a crazy idea, but there's something so weird here. I'm seeing this woman looks so good in this uncomfortable situation. Like, she has beautiful hair, beautiful heels, a beautiful dress, or is this a romper? I'm not sure, whatever. The crazy idea, which is the moon card, is all about femininity. I said it was a crazy idea, but there's something about either take care of yourself or maybe take care of your environment today. There's a ritual today with the new moon, because there's a great emphasis on the moon. And today is the new moon. Even if you're watching this later, this is your message today. There's something about today when you watch this reading that it's very significant. Maybe there's a portal. There's a portal opening today. And if you sit today with your uncomfortable emotions and looking nice, or making your ambiance or your environment looking nice, and there's the sitting here, you might get a shortcut with the Seven of Swords to heal this situation today. If you do that, your spirit guides are showing you, you will be able to, with the storm that's coming, instead of it knocking you down, or like, it's not going to knock you down, but it could potentially like make it so uncomfortable for you, or make you struggle a little bit. Instead, it will come to your favor with the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, allowing you to get a major dream coming true. And that is your choice. Your spirit guides are saying you can choose to make use of that energy today and sit with it, thus with the new moon representing a new page in your life. So there's a portal that has to do with that today. It is May when I'm doing this reading. It's the month of change, in the year of change. So Today's the new moon in Taurus. I think it's leading to two things: emotional fulfillment, because there's a lot of healing, as well as with the Nine of Pentacles, something materialistic starting to happen, coming true for you, manifesting for you. Taurus is something materialistic. It's the second house. So, yeah, it's going to come with many benefits. You're guided whenever you watch this reading to sit down today for a while. Sit as long as you can with your uncomfortable emotions while making sure that your environment or you are dressed nicely. You might be wondering why. Let's ask, right? It is something that I am seeing here. Why is the dressing up part or the environment, the beauty part, so significant in today's reading? Six of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, Page of Materials with the flowers. Do you see that? It's kind of like you are capturing the energy. By doing that, you get to be in that energy, maybe feel it, vibrate it better and capture it. So there's something about that here, actually. Six of Swords, what does that say? Six of Swords. Swords are the mind. I think for one reason or the other, it's going to help ease your mind. It will help you, put you in a better mood. It will help your mind think more harmoniously, because the Six of Swords is moving from tumultuous waters to calmer waters. Somehow your environment or how you're dressed, how good you look, puts you in this good mood that is needed to capture this very materialistic energy of the very thing you are wishing for, even if that's not particularly what you're wishing for. But you see, there's something about how it gives it to you. You connect better to that wish that you are wishing for. So yeah, that's the exact guidance that I see here, my dear pile number one, when it comes to your second important message. So yeah, we've got two messages so far. What you've been carrying through and working hard towards. There's a new page, and capture that energy of the new moon today or whenever you're watching this reading, because there's a portal and it can allow you to heal something. Stop waiting for the other person or the other situation to change, and go internally instead. Today is a major portal for you, whether it's because of your chart or if you're watching this now because of the new moon. It will allow you to manifest a huge dream and feel financially fulfilled. Okay, so now let's take a look at your third message. You've got the key. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Ten of Swords, the Hermit, and you've got the Ace of Cups. Well, 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 what do we have here is what I just heard in my mind. I don't know why, but well, 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 what do we have here? Right, the key to overcoming something that is causing you a lot of pain. You've been searching with the Hermit for a solution towards something that you're going through that is causing you a lot of pain. Meaning, you've been trying to gain enlightenment. Maybe you feel like the information out there is not helping you, or the information that someone gave you or an expert gave you is not helping you. Information that you've come up with perhaps is not helping you. I see you being like, I am frustrated. I don't know where the answer is to that which is causing me pain. And that's another important message. This is your sign that your spirit guides are helping you with this particular message. And it begins with Ace of Cups again, da 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 da, with how you feel. Really? Wow. Okay. So what you've been searching for, whatever it is, begins First, with how you feel. Right. I'm sure most of you are like, yeah, I know that, perhaps. Or maybe that's a surprise for you and I don't know. But first of all, when it comes to your pain, I see your spirit guides saying you may feel lost, but you've taken so many steps and you've come a long way and you may not even know it. The many steps that you've taken so far with the desert here may look like it's taking you nowhere. It's giving you nothing. That's why you are feeling that much pain. I'm seeing what the Ace of Cups here means. Sorry. The Ace of Cups here means it's starting to heal that pain. Right. So you're looking for the key, but the thing is, you don't need a key, is what your spirit guides are saying. They are saying that this thing has been growing for you exponentially, but its effects have not showed up on the outside for you at all. It's almost like building roots in a desert. Most of the time, as the roots are building, you would think you, especially that you can't see the roots, you'd be thinking nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Look, I've been watering it, I've been doing this. No, look, it's a desert. Nothing's been happening. So they are telling you that so much is happening. You're just not seeing it. I know that it looks like a desert to you now with absolutely no results to this pain, and it's very hard to be patient when one is going through so much pain. Your spirit guides are saying with the 10 of Swords that, believe it or not, this is the end of your pain. You've come such a long way, and it's very hard to believe that so much has been going on for you and happening for you, especially when it looks on the outside that it's a desert. But very soon, you're towards the end of this long, arduous journey, and the sun is rising for you. The positivity is coming. You are towards the end, believe it or not. And you're in that time where you're feeling it the heaviest, and it's the most pain, but it is also the last that is needed. You've got two readings here talking about something towards the end and a new beginning. These could be connected. They may not be connected at all. It just could be with the new moon in Taurus here, something materializing. Several things are finally starting. It does look to me like you have endured a lot, obviously, in these days or in the last part of your life or this year or something. You have endured a lot and you have gone through a lot of pain, maybe even all of your life. Believe it or not, you do not need to look for a key. You already have it. And with the Ace of Cups, your guides are saying, congratulations. You are towards the end of your pain. The key is already with you. You're just going to start seeing what it can provide you. This is the time to just sit and wait, because it is happening for you. It's kind of like the difference between cooking in the kitchen and knowing that there's only a few minutes left for you to eat versus someone or your children saying, Mom or Dad, I'm hungry. You're in the kitchen, you're equally hungry, but you know it's nearly done. So you're able to have that patience. But someone else outside of the kitchen, if you're the one cooking, it can't have that type of patience that you have, because they don't know what's going on. And so when you don't know what's going on, it's very hard to have patience. But this is why your guides want to show you that really the sun is rising in your life in that particular area, that pain that you're going through, although it's really difficult, it is difficult because it's being released. It's the end of it. Give it its space to be released out of your life. The sun is rising right now for you. You've gone such a long way. You deserve this great new taste, new joy with the Ace of Cups in your life that comes as a result of your long, hard work. And they just want to confirm to you that this is a new beginning in your life. I feel like there's a new beginning here. Maybe it's signifying the beginning of next month. I don't know. You just got a lot of ones starting over. One, ace, ace, ace. There's a lot of one. Also, you've got a lot of nines, I must say. 999. So also 9 numerologically, by the way, is the end of something. So completion. So you can truly see in your reading, it's like many difficult things in your life are completing, seems to be the general energy. In fact, that is your significator card. You're starting over in so many ways. Your energy is changing, and make use of the portal today evening. Just sit down with your emotions. That seems to be important. Okay, last but not least, you've got the message of book, knowledge, history, as well as education. Let's see what your cards are showing with regards to this particular card. There's Joelle here. Maybe this is significant for someone. There is the Philosopher's Stone. Something major is transforming into your life into something valuable. Well, let's see. Maybe you've journaled about something that's coming true. Let's find out. So, whoa, you've got the Six of Wands, with which is the card of success. Victory is also the card of popularity, shining bright. You've got the Muse of Emotions. That's the King of Cups. And you've got the Magician, which is one, a new page. Something feels like magic as it begins. So what are we seeing? New page. Look, the way these two figures are looking definitely reminds me of the god Janus, looking towards the past and the future. The god Janus represents January, by the way, which is again one, which is again new year, new page. There is a very important message overall in today's reading about you starting a new page in your life. In this new page, you are absolutely fulfilled. Your dreams with the King of Cups are coming true. You're enjoying it with the King of Cups. You're being fulfilled. With the Magician, you will be surprised that many things from the heavens, out of the blue, show up in your life up next. I feel like you've already gone through a lot of the pain and the heaviness. Now is the time for you to experience magic. It might be hard to believe, but this is the time where you are going to experience magic. In fact, with Joël, it reminds me of Joyeux Noël in French, which means Merry Christmas. Noël, Joël, just a feeling that I got. And it's the time when we receive a lot of gifts from Santa Claus, right? And it is the list of all of the things that we wanted. And if we were good, then we get all of these Christmas gifts from Santa Claus. So, yeah, Père Noël, Joël, Noël. Perhaps your spirit guides are sending you a lot of gifts, loving gifts. I almost feel, and you could think I'm crazy, but I'm almost getting this feeling like you have been good this year or recently or in this part of your life. You've done a lot of emotional healing or taking care of yourself. Whether it is physically, emotionally, I feel it emotionally with the Muse of Emotions. You've been taking very good care of yourself. And You will be blessed, like you've succeeded with the Six of Wands. You've succeeded, obviously, doing something, and your spirit guides are very proud of you. We did see it here. They're very proud of you, and you will be receiving out of the blue from the heavens a lot of the Christmas gifts, so to speak, the things that you've written about or the things that you've prayed for and wished for. Um, they will be coming in abundance into your life, and you will be shocked and surprised. That's for being good, kind. That's of course very metaphorically speaking, but I feel like there's a sense of pride, there's a sense of you deserve it, there's a sense of it's you changing your energy, thus you getting to enjoy what comes with that. But in any case, this is definitely something that I am seeing for you, that an important message. Maybe your spirit guides want to let you rejoice. They want to say rejoice. Many amazing things are about to be showered on you next in your life, perhaps even starting right now or in the next month. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your message. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading today. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides. And the way that I'm going to do the reading today is that I will be expanding on each oracle card, giving you a message that is separate, all on its own. Perhaps they're all connected to you. Maybe they are 4 different messages, but they're all an important message that your spirit guides want to deliver to you. So that is the plan. And very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful zebra jasper. Your significator card is the skunk and magnolia with the keyword protection. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Taurus, Aries, Gemini, as well as Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it and begin by the first oracle card. So let's see what you've got. Vase, some call it vase. So the keywords here are devastation, loss, as well as recovery. Okay. Let's take a look at the tarot cards associated to this card. So you've got the Ace of Wands, beautiful. So that explains it right away. You've got the Queen of Wands. That's a sweet message, okay. And you've got the Queen of Cups. Wow, I feel like your guides are saying, don't be devastated with what has been broken. Maybe it's something that has been broken recently, a sad event that you've gone through, or maybe not so recently. They want to talk to you about how one of the biggest events that happened in your life that felt like it was shattering was really your protection. And this is not a cliche. This is exactly what I see in your cards. Did you see the skunk? It spews this awful smell as a protection. And this is where I'm getting the idea from. Now, it is showing me that your message is this was meant to make you stronger. Why do I say that? Because you've got the Queen of Wands. That's one of the most powerful archetypes in tarot. The Queen of Wands also is the most attractive. The magnolia flower has such thick skin. It's an ancient flower that has thick skin. So there is something about, don't be sad when you remember your memories or when you think about something in particular. It might have felt like it was shattering, but really it was there to make you stronger. There's something about you fully healing today, or you're about with the Ace of Wands to begin a new powerful page. Queen of Cups and the Queens in general are cards of healing, but the Queen of Cups in particular talks about potent healing. So there is a new beginning with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a powerful new beginning. It's raw energy. It's something that you can't stop. It's the energy of creation. It's the energy of source. So I am seeing that your spirit guides are saying that there's a powerful new beginning for you, specifically for you, where you are going to be shining bright. You're going to be exuding a beautiful aura with the Queen of Cups due to your healing. You're going to have thick skin, and there's something about nobody can do to you again what once happened to you. And while it may have been such a devastating event, it is leading to who you are becoming today. An attractive person, a beautiful, attractive person with emotional intelligence as well as charisma, the power to create with the Ace of Wands, the power to do what you want to do, the power of having thick skin, not being affected, are all gifts due to the very cracks that happened due to this shattering events. And remember, at the end of the day, with all of the light here, it is said that the light enters through the cracks. And while it may have felt one day like a terrible event, it is going to become one of your biggest blessings in your life right now. So I see you changing. I see something massive happening to you as a result. Let's see what's happening these days. What are you becoming? What are you going to feel? Yeah, let's talk about what are you going to start to feel. Then let's take a look at how is it happening. So how are you going to start to feel? Whoa, the World card and the Seven of Pentacles. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it does look to me like you've done a lot of hard work, and maybe you didn't see its roots, but it's starting to sprout, meaning that you're going to start noticing all of the beautiful things that come as a result of your hard efforts these days. So what are you going to start to feel? You are going to start noticing the differences, and you are going to start noticing major changes. With the World card, we're seeing all these butterflies. It means that you've gone through a process where it felt like the dark night of the soul. This metamorphosis phases, this chrysalis phase is what I'm trying to get to in terms of the symbolism that I'm seeing. So as the butterfly pushes out and comes out flying, I'm actually seeing you're going to see a major difference in everything. You might think this is crazy, but watch out and see these days the way you look, your freedom, what you're capable of doing, all of a sudden becomes absolutely different than any time before. I'm seeing you coming out fully from what could have felt like the dark night of the soul, even if there was an opening, like you've been for a while out of it. Even if you've been for a while out of it, this is your reading too. Because I do see with the butterflies here that you are fully now out of it. So I see you flying free. I see you expressing yourself authentically, powerfully. With the orange here, I see that you're finally noticing major differences now that the plant is sprouting. You will be able to put your finger on major differences happening to things like your looks, your behavior, how you feel. Thick skin here, like maybe you're not affected by things anymore. You'll really surprise yourself. You're going through a massive transformation, no doubt about it. I mean, now that I look at your cards, I trust it fully. yes, you are going to go through a massive transformation these days in everything. The way you look, the way you behave, the way you feel, the energy, your aura, how you carry yourself, your power, maybe facing things that easily that you couldn't face before. All of that is definitely in your cards. So what is your first sign that you're going through this major transformation? So you've got the 10 of Cups, lovely. Okay. And you've got the Page of Wands. Look, what I can tell you is your first sign these days that you have successfully come out of this chrysalis, so to speak, that this reading is manifesting for you, this message is manifesting for you, is that you're suddenly going to feel happiness with the 10 of Cups, which is your natural state. You're going to be vibrating love, like higher frequency with the 10 of Cups. Love, gratitude, happiness, joy. It's going to be with the Page of Wands, your natural state. You're just going to feel good. It won't matter anymore what happens on the outside. You are outside. You've went in and you've come out. It doesn't matter what happens anymore. This pile has done a fantastic job here. To see your spirit guides talking to you like that, this is beautiful. You're really sprouting into that, whether you believe this now or not. That's happening for you. You've done an accomplishment here, whether you've realized that you've reached this accomplishment yet or not. And so your first sign is that you're feeling good. You're feeling happy with the 10 of Cups. Good is an understatement. It doesn't even explain this card because that's the pinnacle of an energy. The 10s are a pinnacle of an energy. So that wasn't even the correct term. You're feeling happy. You're feeling joyous. You're feeling grateful. You're feeling great. It's your new page. It's your new way of being. It's your new vibration, your new air, your new energy, your frequency now. And that's definitely something that you're going to go through these days. So that is the first important message, my dear pile number 2 from your spirit guides. You'll be seeing a lot of butterflies, and they will be your sign that you are going through this metamorphosis in your life right now. Okay, so that is the first message that I see for you. Oh, look at these 2 cards. I'm going to take them for the next one. This is the first message. Let's take a look at your second important message from your spirit guides. You've got the story of Naga Besuki with the keywords addiction, boundaries, as well as enablement. Yes, I know the story. Okay, so let's keep it here. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. You've got the Devil card. You've got the Sun card. And and you've got an extra card in this deck called Present Moment. Well, that's so clear. I don't know why. Well, I shouldn't question. Perhaps it's all one big message. But there's something very similar here. In the story of the Naga Besuki, it talks about a king who enabled his son's, I think it was poker addiction. And he would lose and come back and take money and lose. And he had no self-discipline. I mean, it went overboard. They lost so much money, so much so that every time the king went to save his son, he lost all of his money. And to a point where he went to the Nagas, the big dragons, to ask for help. The Nagas helped several times, only to say that after that moment, if his son is not disciplined, the Nagas will not help this son anymore. And this son was so spoiled that he even tried to lie to the Nagas and steal from the Nagas, and he got punished. All I'm trying to say is there's something about looking at the story there's something about enablement. Enablement of, with the devil card, enablement of a limiting belief, enablement of the shadow, or enablement of other people's toxic behavior towards you. You enabled something. Of course, to you, you didn't look at it this way. I'm sure you had a very good reason to, and it could have been a very sound reason. I mean, in this story, it's the father saving his own son, right? So, but at the end of the day, it is enabling. So your spirit guides are talking about something related to that, that you were enabling powerful energy to hold you hostage with the devil card, to hold you hostage to something. What is it that you enabled with the devil card? Is this a limiting belief? Is this a person? Inspiration of Cups. It's due to love. Page of Cups is coming from a place of love. Five of Wands. That constantly led to arguments. That constantly led to... So it's not a limiting belief. They're talking about love that kept you stuck. Perhaps you are a very loving person. And you could have, through your love, enabled others with the Five of Wands to go head to head with you. Instead of them appreciating this love, they maybe would find you an easy target and start bickering with you or fighting with you or competing even against you. And while it is important to give love, just as it is important for a father to stand by his son, overdoing it to a point where it is enabling the person or the people you are dealing with to now reach this point means you've missed the red flags. You've missed when to stop the love or when not to continue. When you've missed when to set boundaries. You've missed when to set boundaries so that it doesn't go overboard in this way. And so I see you being stuck in a perpetual cycle. Or maybe this is something you're going through at the moment that they're guiding you out of. Before or now, that is the energy that I'm seeing. Yeah, see, boundaries, enablement, boundaries, addiction. Addiction. Okay, addiction means what you're also missing is not just the boundaries, which is very important. It also means that there is unhealed emotions when it comes to love. You were also enabling this love, it seems, because you too needed it. So part of you needed this love. And the other thing is, you didn't notice when to set boundaries, leading to this result with the Five of Wands of something that was meant to be so beautiful, turning into fight, others taking advantage, bickering, competing with the Five of Wands, turning into a war, taking advantage, and all of that comes with the Five of Wands. Going against you, all of that. Right. So what is their message to you when it comes to that? The Sun card and present moment. Actually, what I'm picking up from this card will need the symbolism found in the actual sun card. So I'm going to bring out the sun card to be able to easily explain without going on and you don't know what I'm talking about, what I'm seeing in this card, but knowing what the sun card means, I'll be able to extract exactly what I'm seeing as your important message here. Okay, there we go. So the child in the sun card is a very important symbol. It's the symbol of purity. It's the symbol of being your true self, right? Purity, sincerity, yourself. But as you can see, there's a wall in the sun card, and it symbolizes the confinement that gives the safety for the child to roam and be happy and be him or herself. In fact, you can see the sunflowers here blossoming, and that's how the child blossoms. So there's something about here that I am seeing. The white horse, which is a very important symbol because it's common in both cards. It's about running with strength freely, moving freely with strength in the confinement of that safety. In my opinion, your spirit guides are discussing, especially that we see boundaries here and enablement, that it's not wrong to be yourself. In fact, you are absolutely encouraged to be yourself. If you love giving love, that is your beautiful, true, authentic self, and continue to be you. This is not an encouragement to stop loving because that's an addiction. Maybe you want to heal a shadow related to it, and that's another thing, but it's okay to be your loving self. The thing here is that some people in a particular situation like that would choose either the wall or the child. They would, sorry, I wanted to say they would either be not showing their true authentic self, blocking who they are in order to survive a situation like that. Others just draw a huge wall and they don't connect to anyone. And the right balance here is to never lose yourself, to be who you really are. You're a beautiful person, you're a beautiful soul. Continue vibrating this love, but in order to do that and not reach this stage, you want to set proper boundaries from the very beginning. Yes, of course, roam free. You like to be a free soul, obviously, be free. But in order for you to do all of that, you must set strong boundaries from the very beginning. It doesn't go the other way around. It's like how you protect your child. You're nice to everyone, but you're not going to bring anyone to that intimate circle unless you trust them, right? And similarly, you want to be loving, of course, and kind to everyone else, but there is a special place where you roam how you want, you express yourself fully, you're safe to blossom. And in that place where people get that privilege of this beautiful love that you give, you must make sure that the ones coming in respect these boundaries. They must learn about these boundaries. And boundaries doesn't mean that you're mean or untrusting, or it's very opposite to that. If you set boundaries and you know that the person respects your boundaries, then it means they respect who you are as a person, which means they will be able to get into your world where you shine bright. And in this way, you are guided, my dear pile number 2. Again, you've got something about protection here throughout the reading. It is your significator card. So first idea of protection was that whatever happened was protection. Second idea is that in order to be your loving self, shining bright, the way your energy is naturally beautiful, where you shine bright, you must you must set very strong boundaries. You must never break these boundaries for anyone, because if anyone deserves to be in this intimate place where you shine bright, they are there because they respect you for shining bright. And so you blossom. There's something about present moment of applying this right away, applying this right now. I, of course, don't know what is going on in your life at the moment, but present means in order to break out of this situation. That with addiction, it makes me feel like you fall into it a lot. It happens a lot. In order to heal whatever this addiction, like need for love, it's okay for you to love, it's okay for you to shine bright. The sun card, right? You shine bright by nature. It's okay to shine bright, it's okay to love, and this whole situation heals, including your love or your need of beautiful love. It is going to all heal by setting very strong boundaries and never breaking these boundaries. Yeah, and that's exactly what I see in your second message. It looks to me like you're stuck in a perpetual cycle that you don't know how to take yourself out of. And that is your guidance. It says, begin this right now. Write down what your boundaries are. Think about them. Take the time to think about what your boundaries are and never break them, because within them you shine. You are you unapologetically. And this is whether anyone likes it or not. Okay, so that is the second message that I see for you, my dear pile number 2. Very beautiful, profound messages. It's so endearing. Okay, let's now take a look at your third important message from your spirit guides, my dear pile number 2. How about we now push your cards a little bit to the side? This way we have space. So you've got the worst. It's like one dark cloud amongst the white ones, right? You've got the 10 of Cups, and that's totally the opposite, because as explained, this is the card of ultimate happiness. Okay, you've got Inspiration of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. Oh, wow. And you've got the 9 of Cups. This is amazing. There is something that they want to discuss with you regarding you seeing the worst case scenario in a particular situation that you are going through. You're expecting the worst to happen. One, in fact, they want to let you know that the best with the 10 of Cups is going to happen for you. How is this going to manifest? Well, they want you... Oh, look at this card coming out. And this one, maybe they're for this. And yeah, looks like we now don't need this deck for now. Right, so they want you to jot down ideas. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of an exercise that I've learned a very long time ago in my early 20s from Brian Tracy. And that Brian Tracy has really taught me a lot. I love Brian Tracy. He taught me something that I don't really, to be honest, apply it these days, but I did once upon a time, a long time ago. Maybe I should too go back to it. But in any case, he was saying, when you're really thinking about something and you want to find a brilliant idea, you want to have the discipline to sit down and write 20 brilliant ideas. 20 ideas. They don't have to be brilliant, but 20 ideas, whatever you can come up with, but effective ones, as much as you can, to solve a particular problem. And he says, you know, you might find 10, then it might be You might struggle even more to find from number 11 to 15, but then the last 5, these are the ones where you might like feel you're struggling, and this is when most people just get up and walk. But he says if you're disciplined and you just sit with it and you decide that you are in fact going to find 20 ideas just like you promised yourself, you more often than not, most of the time, find that your best ideas lie in the very first last time, when it's almost like you're squeezing your mind, you're putting it in this mode of really digging in and finding a solution. You know how, for example, when plants, this is how I translated in my mind the way this process works, especially that I've done it before. You know how when, for example, there's a tree and it goes through a harsh condition, let's say in the desert or anywhere, it is this harsh condition that creates the polyphenols in these trees, and it's bearing fruits in order for it to survive. And these polyphenols are great for the tree, and when we eat them, even it's like one of the healthiest things we can consume, right? So also like when we go through fasting and we go through what the scientists are explaining are apophagy, like we go through this mode where we don't give our bodies for like, of course we should all do this with experts, but going through it, we don't give our body except for the minimal nutrients, the nutrients of course that it needs, not the minimal. I'm not an expert here, just giving you an example. And so you allow the body to go through this repair process. You force it almost to go through this, into this crisis mode, and to repair, to start repairing, to create stem cells and so on. And so in this way, when you have the discipline to sit down and sit through the last 5 ideas, or however much is needed, sometimes only 3 are needed, sometimes that's that last one, and just sit down and think of effective ways in which you can solve this matter. More often than not, you find that the last 5 are the ones that are truly brilliant, because you put your mind into this process of flow of it actually like digging and thinking and getting into this energy of finding it out for you. So what am I seeing? I am seeing with this particular situation where you're expecting the worst case scenario that is actually going to turn into the best case scenario for you. You are guided to protect yourself by being disciplined and sitting down and writing. I've learned it's 20 ideas. Of course, you can do what you know is right, but just make sure that you get into the state of flow. Because if you sit down with this type of discipline, you will find that one of your ideas is turning into this golden egg opportunity, gives you not just a way out, but gives you this wish fulfillment. It gives you this huge fulfillment. And I see you going, aha, oh my God. Things like with the golden egg, nobody's ever done this before. Oh my God, this is brilliant. I can use my resources in this way. I can go about the situation like that. And it will turn in a moment from a very bad situation to maybe even the best thing that ever happened to you. But for it to go through this transformation process, you want to be disciplined and sit down and actually continue to write what you can do, because there is a brilliant idea waiting for you to channel it. So be still and allow yourself to channel it. Okay, so that was the third message that I see as a protection from what you are going through at the moment. Let's now find out your last important message. So you've got courtship. Maybe some of you are in a relationship, but let's see what this means. You've got, 7 of Cups, lovely. Okay. You've got I'm going to start putting it here so that we have the space to look at it. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. You're getting a lot of beautiful cards in your reading today. And I'm not surprised. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's the Sun card. I feel like you're really going through this massive change in your life. I feel like major beautiful things are happening. Doors are opening up for you at the moment. So you've got the 10 of Pentacles. You've got the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, new beginning. Ooh, and you've got the Two of Wands. So whether you are already in a relationship or not, or maybe you're not interested in relationships at all, and courtship in that case is talking about your connection, your intimate connections with others or someone in particular in your life. I'm seeing for sure a new beginning here. Two of Wands is the card of seeing, observing, seeing, visualizing also, could be daydreaming. In any case, I'm really seeing with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups here, someone is really daydreaming about you, or it's about to happen. Someone's about to daydream about you, start to visualize their like big dreams here. So let's divide it into two, in case this person is not in your life yet, and in case this person is in your life. Let's start with the obvious one first. If you are not in a relationship, it looks like somebody's eyeing you, is really focused on you at the moment. Your spirit guides want you to know that there's someone really focused on you here. They're daydreaming about you with the Seven of Cups, perhaps because Page of Wands, there's a lot of passion, butterflies, daydreaming. Seven of Cups is building castles in the sky. They're like building all these stories in their mind about you, daydreaming of the day they would meet with you. That person exists in your vicinity, energy vicinity at the moment. This person is there. 10 of Pentacles, this looks like it's a successful relationship. Emotionally, because the 10 of Pentacles pertains both the family aspect as well as the wealth aspect or the material aspect. And so I see that this relationship is going to be successful in all ways. Well-rounded relationship. And so they want you to know, first of all, that someone is like, oh my God, can't stop thinking about you at the moment, and it looks like they are the one for you. They're already thinking about with the 10 of Pentacles, because it does hold the energy of family. They're already thinking about so much, including like building a life with you and having a family with you. Like the daydreaming game is on. So what is their important message to you now, other than letting you know about this? Something is about to spark. Something is about to begin. It begins small, spark happens, but it turns wild. And it's leading to you forming a beautiful connection with someone. That's going to be so blessed with the 10 of Pentacles. You're going to be happy together. You're going to form a family together. You're going to be wealthy together. You're going to manifest a lot of your dreams together, and that this is a beautiful relationship. So they just want you to know that. Since your significator card is the card of the skunk and magnolia with the keyword protection, it is saying, although this is a beautiful connection, don't rush. With protection, it's like you want to keep your guard up a little. Perhaps it is a way where both of you create healthy boundaries from the very beginning. That will be important and essential for the relationship later on. It's kind of like If you open up your walls too early with the skunk here, maybe it won't be so good. There's something about, although it's so beautiful, the emotions are running wild in the beginning, you are still guided to, with the thick skin, with the skunk, you're still guided to like be guarded. If you want me to read this honestly for you, you're still guided to be guarded. Perhaps in this way, the relationship forms in a naturally in a healthy way, where you get the proper time to understand more about each other, understand more about each other's boundaries, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's the guidance that I see here. It is your significator card after all. Now, if you're already in a relationship, I see that the person you're with is thinking a lot about you. Yeah, this relationship is on their mind a lot. They're more focused on the connection. They're feeling like this connection makes them so happy. They feel like they are blessed with everything that this connection gives them. And so, if, for example, you're not speaking to them, this is a person who is thinking about how to protect you better or protect your boundaries better. They're really rethinking everything, and they are understanding how important this connection is. If you are speaking to each other, then this means, first of all, your connection is really getting to the second level. It's going to be so beautiful. And there's an element here. Maybe you've recently spewed or said bad things towards each other. While they may not have been absolutely harmful, but maybe with the bad smell, they were still nasty, hurtful. In any case, there's something here that's not so right. Yeah, I think maybe you're guarded, you're not speaking to each other recently, or something recently happened. I am seeing that things are absolutely leveling up between the two of you. You've understood and learned a lot from this situation, especially the other person. This person is really valuing you and the relationship and everything that it holds. And I see that overall, because of the situation and everything else and how amazing you two are together, the relationship is becoming more valuable than anything else with the Ten of Pentacles to you and your loved one. And I see your connection going to another stage of real happiness. And with the Seven of Cups, there's so much more to come for the two of you that you have no idea about. And yeah, my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see when it comes to your important message from your spirit guides. Remember, the butterfly is your sign. These days, you're going through a major change in your life. And I see it repeated in your cards in many different ways. So this is your message. This was your guidance in every area of your life. Remember to journal. That is going to give you a brilliant idea that's unique and maybe even only one of its kind that Spirit is waiting for you to channel. Yeah. So, my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today, I felt like there was a split right there. Today, we're taking a look at an important message from your spirit guides to you. And the way I'm going to do this reading is that I'll be pulling out 4 oracle cards, one from each deck, and then I'll be expanding on each oracle card through your tarot cards on what this particular message is, giving us 4 messages. Now, these 4 messages could be connected to each other and they may not be connected to each other. It's going to differ from one person to the other listening to the reading. but this is the plan for today's reading. And very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful carnelian. Your significator card is the fox and ivy with the keyword adaptability. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, as well as Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to find their piles as well. Okay, so let's take a look at your oracle cards. The first one is the story of a path to peace. And the keywords are preservation, diplomacy, as well as coexistence. Yeah, preservation, right. Okay, let's now take a look at your tarot cards. So you've got the Six of Swords, the Lover's card. Ooh, and the Star card. Okay, that makes me very curious. Let's take a look at what this story is. A path to peace, so that we have a perspective. That's the oracle card. That's the first oracle card. So we have a perspective of what the important message is. A path to peace is a story from Timur Leste. Anyways, I'll check that in a moment. Page 43. There are actually different pronunciations to this beautiful country. Timur Leste, Timur Leste. It's a beautiful republic island in Southeast Asia. So, a path to peace. Peace, 43. As we know, the keywords are preservation, diplomacy, as well as coexistence. And the story is, the Mambai people of East Timor, deeply connected to the land and forest, faced ruthless foreign invaders who brought death and devastation. In their struggle, the Mambai obtained a deadly firearm but chose to offer it to the forest as a symbol of peace instead of using it for revenge. The Liu Rai of Osu met with the foreigners to make peace, emphasizing coexistence and the preservation of life. The Mumbai's remarkable shift from conflict to harmony reminds us that the path of peace and unity can illuminate even the darkest of times. If you are in a conflict, this card is a sign to resolve it peacefully. There is a power in humility and open dialogue, even in the face of aggression. Violence may solve problems temporarily, but diplomacy will yield peace. Through unity and understanding, we can turn the darkest chapters of our lives into harmonious melodies. This card calls us to embrace peaceful resolutions, for they hold the key to healing and coexistence amidst adversity. Wow. Yeah, with the fox here, it does look like you're going through some form of adversity at the moment. And it's interesting, with the Mumbai people, they did find or receive like a weapon, but they chose not to use it. And they chose diplomacy instead. So I would say maybe you are going through something with someone, a conflict with someone, or a conflict with your company, a conflict with something. And your spirit guides want this message to reach you right now, because it's a choice that you can make with the Lover's card. They are guiding you to choose dialogue rather than destruction. They're guiding you to choose harmony. Especially with the fox. The foxes are clever. And it may feel good in the moment to use whatever tools that you have at hand to win a particular situation that you can win. But the most clever thing to do is to create harmony. Yeah, maybe you're wondering, I'm not sure what this is about, Reem. If this is your situation, I will pull out some cards and see what this is talking about. So you've got the 10 of Cups, 3 of Swords. It could be pain inflicted from family or a group of people that you love with the 10 of Cups. Sometimes the 3 of Swords could be a card of betrayal. Maybe someone that you loved did something that you felt was betraying you. The Hermit. Maybe you split from them with the Hermit. You've been alone for a while, 3 of Pentacles. Maybe they work with you. They're in some form of family with you here. Whether this is work, family, friendship, home, it feels like family. Don't know, it looks like someone here really broke your heart. They brought you a lot of pain with the 3 of Swords. They brought you a lot of pain. Yeah. And I feel like you've cut them off with the Hermit. Maybe you're somehow collaborating with them professionally, but really in your inner world, they're not there. Something like that. Yeah, that's what the cards are showing. They're referring to someone who used to be important to you, part of your family. They hurt you, they betrayed you. You deal with them officially, yes, but they're not part of your inner world, something like that. And your cards are saying you might have the upper hand, or maybe you've got a newfound power. Maybe you've got a newfound power, and while you can use that, it will ultimately be destructive. They want you to choose peace and harmony instead, to have a dialogue. Take your time with the dialogue with the 6 of Swords, but you will be surprised with the Star card that this leads to something that you actually want. Maybe not right away with the 6 of Swords, maybe it's going to take time, but this will surprise you. The dialogue, this is why it's a smart thing to do. It will surprise you that it will take you to something you're hoping for. These are the cards on the table. That's the Star card. Yeah, that's exactly what I see as your first important message, my dear pile number 3. And I wish you the best of luck with that, whatever is going on in your life at the moment. I know it's not easy opening a dialogue with someone who obviously is at war with you or betrayed you or something. It's not easy for sure. But I would say follow your guidance. Be discerning and think about what this guidance, or reflect on what this guidance is telling you. Okay. So that is the first message. Let's take a look at the second one. Ooh, you've got the Spark, the 9 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the 9 of Wands. I am seeing that you are going through something at the moment that is creating a lot of stress for you and fears as well. But your significator card is the fox. So throughout, we're going to be seeing the aspect of cleverness and intelligence to adapt to something. And so this thunder symbol could either be something that reminds us of, for example, a tower moment, or a thunder, something that sounds and looks frightening but may not harm us at all. Or it could be something that is scaring you at the moment. But I see a reversal. It could also be, and I wanted to say, but it could also represent a brilliant idea, spark a great idea, right? And I'm seeing something is reversing here. Thoughts are reversing. So it seems to me like your guides are saying you are going to be blessed with a spark of a clever idea that will reverse the situation that you are in at the moment, where you're really calling out for help. You feel so stressed. It will heal the situation that you're in, and you will feel like you're standing so tall that what once used to stand in your way you will easily be able to overcome because of your power in this situation. And sometimes a whole situation can reverse with just one idea. And they are saying that what you've been praying for, what you've been seeking help for, what you've been worried about will be resolved with an idea. Let's explore this idea together that you will get. So you've got the Page of Swords and you've got the Ten of Swords. It's funny, this idea thing, and even the lamp popped up in bulb. I mean, not the lamp, sorry, the bulb popped up in pile number 2. So was it in the second part? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was even in the second part of the reading, either second or third. So I would say if you're drawn to pile number 2, I highly recommend it for you. But I do see something very similar here. It's crazy. This idea, how is it going to come? It will come, and in a very short span of time, where you can move from a situation that you dislike now to a better one. Again, this moving out of this land into a better one. If you take the time to study your situation, the more you look into the particular situation that you're in, study it, seek information, the more ideas you will get. One of them will carry you through to the other side. It will be your channeled idea. And I do see you standing up. The best thing about this Ten of Swords is that it's the only card that I have of someone standing up. It feels like someone has already gone through all of the pain, and now they're looking towards an unlimited horizon, standing strong. So it's definitely talking about a reversal of a situation by simply reversing your ideas in terms of how you look at things, how you can do things, what are the options that you have. Sometimes, and they call it clever ideas. What are they called? This like things we watch on TikTok and Instagram. Did you know that if you open this like this instead of like that, you can open it in seconds, and you go, oh my God, I'm gonna try that. What are they called? Hacks, yeah. So similar to a hack, I believe you are going to get a spark of a brilliant idea waiting for you to find it the more you study your situation. Because that's the sword. Think about it. The more you think about your situation, you will realize that you're not in a bad situation, but actually in a very good one. And that you can stand tall, and that it's unlimited. You're not stuck because of the Ten of Swords with the swords on the back. You're not stuck. You've got life ahead of you, or the world ahead of you, with just a simple idea or look at the situation. If you look at the situation differently, you get a completely different result. Yeah. And your guides are saying this will be channeled. This idea is waiting for you. Take the time to think about your situation, and you're going to get a brilliant idea that will heal everything. Okay, so that is the second important message that I see your spirit guides want to deliver to you. At the end of the day, your significator card is clever, and that's definitely there in the cards for you. So, your third important message. Wow, bell. A signal, alarm, as well as celebration. Lovely. You know what I've heard recently about bells and frequencies? And it could be like a conspiracy theory. I've got nothing, like you can't really prove it, but there's something about how there were bells in all of our, like the cities around the world. uh, and the bigger the bell, like the more powerful the frequency is. And when they would ring the bell, it would help heal the collective and everyone around it. And there's something about big bells being buried. I told you it's like a conspiracy theory. It may not be true at all, but like there are huge bells that are being buried so that, as they say, they may not want to be used for that purpose. But whether this conspiracy theory is true or not, I just noticed the idea of powerful healing here when I saw the bell. Let's take a look at what else we are seeing. Oh, this card is out of frame. You've got the Chariot. Oh, now that I saw the Chariot, I'm hearing jingle bells, jingle all the way. You've got Temperance card. I can always place this card here for now. Temperance card as well. Whoa, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So let's put together all of the ideas that I've noticed or channeled, as well as your cards. What is their important message to you? I am hearing the bell in my mind's ear at the moment. Ding, ding, ding. Temperance is healing. And you've got all these herbs. Maybe this is talking about using sound as healing. That's the clever way to go. Perhaps this is saying that. I know that sound healing does work. There's something about you're trying to heal something, whether physical, emotional, something in your life, even like a particular problem in your life that you're trying to fix. Your guides are saying there is a frequency that you can listen to that will heal this situation for you and help you move forward. Maybe you want to Google different sound frequencies, because I definitely feel like this is your message. You want to Google different sound frequencies, and you want to pick the frequency that helps you with a particular situation that you're worried about or concerned about, thinking about. And that is a brilliant way or a clever way to easily heal a particular situation that is on your mind. With celebration, it looks like you will be able to successfully overcome it. You will be successful, yeah, and you will be able to move forward much easier than anything else. So look for this sound frequency. In fact, I heard an expert, I can't remember his name, he's very famous in the health community. He had this frequency around his neck. I saw him on Instagram talking about it yesterday, I think. He had this like, looked like a plastic necklace that he had around his neck, and it would mimic the frequency of even the food that you eat. So things like if you want to drink coffee but you don't want to consume coffee, you can turn the frequency of coffee, as far as I understood, and this frequency would have the same effect on your body. So yeah, have the same effect on your body with the vibration. So it might doesn't just have to be sound, it could be just talking about frequency in general, sound frequency or general frequency. And then the amazing thing is when you turn it off, he was saying, it just turns off instantly, and you can use it to mimic anything. So that was very interesting. Perhaps now you want to know which expert I'm talking about. Let me look for it. So maybe if you're interested, you can check it out. Yeah, so his name is Gary Brecka. Maybe you want to check out his last post. When you see this reading, it's there. So maybe that's something you want to check out, or sound frequencies that you want to check out. And yeah, that's the sort of thing that I am seeing as your message here. It doesn't have to be like any fancy gadget like I just mentioned with Gary. It could be simple sound frequencies. Yeah, so that is the third message, that important message from your guides that I'm seeing here. Very, very interesting. And last but not least, you've got house. Let's take a look at your tarot cards with regards to this oracle card specifically. So you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and House. I know this is going to be very specific, but it's there. If you are looking to purchase a house, it could be someone here. There's something about you're going to find an amazing house that you'll be excited about very soon. So that's there. Three of Pentacles. It could also mean that you're going to be owning a house soon. Three of Pentacles. Perhaps you'll be working on paying it off. What else? What else? There's something about house here. Queen of Pentacles. It doesn't have to be purchasing a house. It could be dream house as well. It keeps moving with the spark here. There's something related to the spark. So let me put this together. The spark could be surprise, something you're not expecting, by the way. Spark could be, maybe you're going to be renting a beautiful house that's coming as a surprise. That's going to be easy on the payment. You can pay it on installments. Renting, buying. There's some form of huge communication regarding a house or your place where you live or going to live. I would say your spirit guides are saying expect quick changes, massive changes, a lot of communication regarding a house soon in your life. That's not coming in the negative, like you have to move or anything. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's a very positive one, because the Queen of Pentacles is something you're dreaming of. So something pertaining to your dreams, something that's going to level you up with the Queen of Pentacles. This is a level up. This is like a gift from the universe to you. So there's a surprise here. There's something that's going to surprise you, and it has to do with either you owning a house or renting a house or renovating even your house with something easy. Three of Pentacles, that's going to be easy on the payment, easy rent to pay, or someone with the Three of Pentacles. How did I miss that? With the Three of Pentacles, like you're going to have others helping you even. You might be so lucky there. You're going to have others helping you pay it off, or maybe your investments are paying it off. There's something like that on the horizon for you that will surprise you, as I see from your spirit guides. Now, with the fox being your significator card, there's something very clever that's going to happen here. This is like closing off this deal in a clever way. You're going to have people help you with the Three of Pentacles to close it off, or you're going to have maybe this is your family helping you out get a home, and maybe these are your friends, maybe these are experts working with you. I don't know. You might even be going, what? I know, but expect a surprise here, and expect savvy communication that allows you to have the home of your dream, whether this is through rent, through investment, like you buying it, someone buying it for you, your investments buying it for you. I don't know, but there's something brilliant here happening, giving you a beautiful, maybe even a dream home. So expect a huge surprise there. Do you want to know more about it? I'm sure you want to know more about the surprise. Let's see what this is saying. Can we get more information, please, about the surprise for pile number 3? Seven of Swords is kind of like a shortcut. Perhaps nobody gets it this easily. It's a shortcut. Wow, Nine of Cups. This is a dream home here. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's the whole 9 yards. New home, new renovation, everything. That would be amazing. Ace of Swords. Beyond your wildest dreams. And it's going to come through intelligence. Significator card, Ace of Swords. It's going to come through intelligent calculations. And this is happening by you having others working with you somehow will help you get this dream home in a shortcut easily by brilliant calculation. And I know most people listening to this pile going, what? Buying a home in our day and age? That is what I'm seeing in your cards. So just let it be there until you see how this is going to manifest in your life. There's something about either owning a home or renting an amazing home, and it's going to happen through brilliant communication, savvy communication. I'm seeing others helping you through this process, helping you through a brilliant calculation that, that's going to allow you to take a massive shortcut and feel so happy. You're going to enjoy your living life or this home that's going to be yours. Yeah. That's definitely something that's coming up, and your spirit guides want you to know about it. I heard the word sign. There's a sign. So what's your sign? Don't tell me. Is this sine and cosine? Yeah, your sign is someone sitting down calculating numbers. That's your sign. Sine and cosine is a math equation calculus. So your sign is someone calculating numbers. That is your sign. Exactly, from your spirit guides that this is happening for you. Yeah. So all the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 3. I really had the pleasure of doing this reading for you and delivering this information. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye!